You know what it is that I'm listening to right now? No. No. Hello? Hello? I'm on the air, I think. Yeah, I'm on the air. All right, look, I muted myself instead of everybody else. Of course I did, because I'm a moron. All I hear is fucking Janice arguing with her children. That's what I need. Yeah, okay. Um, all right, folks. I'm just trying to get set up here as we're about to turn off the Zoom. And thank you so much for crowdsourcing weird music. It's a joy to the cockles of my heart to know that you guys can do this. We were listening to a bunch of stuff in the pregame chat. The Zoom pregame chat is actually quite good. It allows me to play some stuff while I'm prepping and just kind of talk to you and speak, you know. So what I'm going to do, Sarah, hi, Hippie Sarah, Joseph Delaney, I see you too, John Seiden, I see all you there. We're going to start this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep playing what I was spinning for the folks in the Zoom chat before you came along. So that's some John Coltrane, not John Coltrane, but some Ornette Coleman doing, I don't know, jazz slash contemporary classical together. There's 2 volumes of this Pink record here. It was stuff that came out only on Record Store Day, An Evening with Ornette Coleman. So 2 volumes. I don't know if we still have this in the store or not, but if we do, it's, yeah. You'll hear what it is. All right, folks, let's do this. So how about that? We're gonna get some culture up in this bitch. That's some Ornette Coleman doing, I guess what I generally call contemporary classical. Mondo is lamenting the fact that Coltrane Ascension is 25 minutes long. Yeah, you see, the thing is that a lot of that stuff is going to be really long. But what I could do, though, is just as soon as I get a warning, I can just kind of cut it off and talk. So we can still get through some really messed up Coltrane, and I promise we're going to get through some really messed up Coltrane. Going to get into some really weird chamber music, and I don't know. You guys asked for it, so I'm going to play for it. I'm going to play it. Right now, I'm going to play you another contemporary artist. It's on a label called Nonsuch. Nonsuch, if you ever see these compilations, not compilations, but if you ever see records with this type of sleeve, Nonsuch released a ton of just strange contemporary classical and early electronic music. If you're looking to be challenged, this is really the label to do it with. Youngblood asks for Train Ohm. Dude, Train Ohm is exactly what it is that I'm looking to play. So you guys are absolutely with me. Who is it that wanted some Sun? Andrew Brown, you want some Sun? Yeah, that's exactly what it is that we're going to be doing tonight. I'll play all that shit, all right? So right now, I'm going to play you another contemporary artist named Ben Johnson, born in 1926. This is music for contrabass. Okay, so expect it to go quiet and dynamic and everything in between. So this is, I guess, the less traveled path of American contemporary classical music. Again, the dude's called Ben Johnson. Hope you like it, I guess. I don't know what the hell to say. Yeah, this shit's gonna get weird, man. It's just, but it might get weird boring for you. Look, I don't care. I told you. I'm gonna play some, what I consider, what a lot of people think is either boring, weird, off the track. It's just, that's the point of this show. So, believe it or not, it's just playing Green Onions for Booker T. Good stuff. Not today. That's way too normal. Ben Johnson for now. I'm going to play you some really early electronic music too. Check this. Quite a way to end, isn't it? Told you it would get weird. I admire those who are stout in spirit, who are willing to listen to this. I got this big shit-eating grin running right across my face because I'm not sure there's a whole lot that thrills me more than being able to play weird shit for people. Man, I'm glad you're receptive to it. I got a lot of it. Just a question of finding it and kind of getting into that mind frame. Just let me get some ice ready for my Jesus Chivas. I heard that Jesus, good things happened today. So we're going to celebrate the resurrection of JC. All right. Another record that many people would consider useless. What's kind of weird is that this record actually did really well. And when it came out, they released several versions of it, and every version sold out. It's a record called, once I find it, Plantasia. Some of you may have already heard it. The record is called Mother Earth's Plantasia. This music is, the concept here is it's supposed to be full, warm, beautiful mood music, especially composed to aid in the growing of your plants. Yes. I'm not, this was actually, listen, I don't know how serious it was, but from what I understand, it's, it wasn't a project that was just supposed to be a laugh. This was actually ambient music made for your plants. I used to have a 45. I wish I still had it. I used to have a 45 of birds chirping, and the entire point of the 45, it was bought at a pet store. The entire point of the 45 is to basically get your bird happy. And I used to have this thing and play it for my budgie canary. Not my budgie, but my canary named Richie. And Richie didn't look like a canary at all. He just looked like a brown bird. But he was a canary. And whenever it is that I'd play it, it wouldn't work. But when I'd play Kiss for him, as soon as I'd put on Rock and Roll Over, oh boy. You'd absolutely see, you'd see him go crazy. But, I wish I had canary music. What I do have is plant music, though. And as much as you hear Janice complain the entire time, she's the one who asked for some of the weirder stuff. She asked me to pull out this record of weird atmospherics, cinematic stuff that I bought during my time in California when I was visiting with Janice and Nelson in Tulare. And brought it home. And, well, she complained because that's what she does and said it was awful. It's like, what the fuck is this? But here she is asking for it. So that's coming. For now, let's listen to plant music. This song here is called Music to Soothe the Savage Snake Plant. So if any of you have savage snake plants, This music will tame them. This is like the SPCA for plants. Get it out. Whip it out. See, I love stuff like that. I have tons of stuff like that. Kind of like this really weird ambient stuff. Yeah, Kira talking about how it sounds like music in an old video game, kind of creepy. That's the idea. I mean, that's what I like. It's cheesy, schmaltzy, and kind of creepy at the same time. All that weird stuff. Man, I just dig it. You see, the Youngblood says that he used to have 2 of those Bird 45s at one time. So, right there, that already surprises me, and somehow it shouldn't. But it, here I am talking about this crazy, obscure record of bird sounds, and somebody says he had 2 copies. I mean, if it's going to happen anywhere, it's going to happen here. But, dude, if you got one of those, that would be fucking awesome, man. That bird record, yeah. I used to play that as a young, like, 7 or 8-year-old. Always had weird records, man. My parents kind of didn't understand. My grandparents, no one understood. It's like, why is he listening to this weird shit? It's like, well, what do you want me to tell you, man? They tried to make me into a normal person, and look at how I turned out. You're not supposed to be off the beaten path when you're in an Italian family. So. All right. So now I'm going to play the record that Janice was referring to. When I went down to when I went down to Tulare, California, the last time I took a trip to LA, basically I spent a few days out in Tulare because I wanted to hang out with Nelson, and I wanted to do some extra digging with him and stuff. So we did that, and we went to a record store called Valoria Records that I really liked. And this was one of my big finds. It's a record called Shock. Music and Hi-Fi. This is a record by the Creed Taylor Orchestra. Now, for those of you who know who Creed Taylor is, he's the dude behind Impulse Records. Yeah, he produced a lot of Impulse Records, and he eventually left Impulse Records to start CTI Records. So if you guys want kind of like the beginnings of CTI and Impulse, not sound-wise, but this is the guy. I didn't even know until I found this record. I did not even know that it existed. So this is kind of an album of cinematic cues from the Creed Taylor Orchestra, which is a full orchestra. I mean, listen, Impulse, man, Impulse at this point was bought out by ABC, so it's money actually went into this, but it's an oddity. It's so odd I've never seen it before. And when we got to Nelson's house, we were all excited, and we do what we do, with records kind of thing. You unpack all your loot, you crack open a beer, and you listen to what you had. So I'm going to play you a song called The Secret, and after that I'm going to play you another song called Jungle Fever from the same record. The last two songs on this album, because the song specifically that Janice was talking about was Jungle Fever, but I want to play The Secret too. All right, so if you guys like cinematic cues and that kind of thing, you like theater of the mind, Creed Taylor's about to give it to you, and I am getting an enormous amount of pleasure knowing that I could play a record like this for other people and they actually want to listen to it. Not only that, but you guys actually fucking crowd-sponsored this thing. You rule. God damn, I am with my people. Creed Taylor. Cheers, by the way. Jesus has risen, so we're here to celebrate Jesus, baby God. He's now among us again. He died for our sins and now he's risen for our sins, so smoke him if you got him. If you don't got him, just ask Janice. She's always got him. Anyone can bum a smoke off Janice because she never runs out of smokes. She should have like a cigarette machine just attached to her ass, to one of those suspenders that she wears. One of those suspenders should just be like just towing along a little a mini cigarette machine that you put on one of those. You remember those old kind of like trailers that kids used to have, like the what do you call them, the fucking flyers there, radio flyer. Yeah, we should have a radio flyer with a cigarette machine on the top attached to Janice, just so that she's always fully stocked. Creed Taylor Orchestra, The Secret. Ooh.
She promised not to tell, but that's really what happened.
Pretty good, right? It sounds like typical, I don't know, suspense movie soundtrack from the 50s and 60s. Like a lot of that noir stuff. It has that noir thing. But the voices in the back are not typical 50s or 60s at all. There's something weird about it, you know? So it's one of those oddities that I'm really happy to have. I'm going to play you the last song, which is the jungle song that Janice was talking about. But before that, I wanted to introduce you to, if you don't know it, I Cantori Moderni, which is basically Italian for the modern singers. It's an artist named Alessandro Alessandroni. So those of you who might collect soundtracks, may have certainly heard of Alessandro Alessandroni because, well, he did a lot of work with Ennio Morricone. A lot of what he did was part of the Spaghetti Western series of records as well. And Alessandroni was the guy who whistles. He's the whistler on all of those old Ennio Morricone Spaghetti Western records. So he's the guy who whistles. Furthermore, he was married to a woman named Edda Dell'Orso. So whenever it is that you hear this really kind of like cool operatic voice in Morricone Spaghetti Westerns, that's his wife. They used to work together, and this record here, actually there's more than one of them. I have only one. This record is impossible to find original copies of. This is stuff that's crazy collectible. But a label called Penny Records released a reissue, and this is the kind of thing that I just pick up on contact whenever I see it. It is one of the, it's vocals, okay? It's basically a record for a large vocal ensemble, and it's really well orchestrated, it's meticulous, you'll hear it. And it's unlike anything that you ever heard. Again, one of those records where if you play it for normies, they're going to say, what the hell are you listening to? Normies have really boring record collections though, so you just keep playing them and it'll make you happy. I Cantori Moderni di Alessandro Alessandroni. The modern singers of Alessandro Alessandroni, with the main voice being his wife, Edda Dell'Orso. Hope you like it. So, was that good? I can play another one, you know. The songs are really short. Yeah, maybe I will play another one. Doing it backwards like that makes it weird too. I'm gonna pull Ennio Morricone's Noisy Stuff as well. Ennio Morricone did a good amount of that avant-garde classical music too. So it's gonna get noisy. It's gonna get ugly. For now, expect jungle sounds. Janice wanted jungle sounds. You're gonna get more jungle sounds courtesy of the Creed Taylor Orchestra. I love watching just the viewers drop because like they're listening to this like, what the fuck is this guy playing? I'm playing bad music. That's the entire point. I'm sorry to disappoint. I'll play Yeah, Yeah, Yeah tomorrow, okay? I think I like playing this. Besides, you guys are the audience. You guys are the customers. And you paid for it, so you're going to get it. Oh well, that ended fast. Just pulled out a few other records. I pulled out an Ennio Morricone that's available in the shop for super cheap. I'm going to play it after, and it's not a particularly weird thing, but I know that a lot of, collecting soundtracks is a big thing. It is de rigueur. So I decided to pull a Morricone soundtrack that's available in the store for like less than $16 because, well, those who need a soundtrack itch know how much that shit can cost. The cheap ones, that's always nice to have. Janice says it hasn't grown on her. That's alright. No one listens to Janice anyway. Janice these guys, both of them, they complain a lot. So we don't listen. We just play. We just play. Just smoke your cigarette there, dopey. Leave the music to me. She's gonna just sit in her little corner and read anyway, so. Alright. Janice is like, you know the kid? The kid who screams all the time because he needs mommy's attention all the time? She feels like not enough people are paying attention to her, so she's got to make a comment about everything, absolutely everything. She's got to cry. Not because she needs anything, but just because she needs to be heard. She needs a bit of attention. That's Janice. Sit down and listen to the fucking music. Silence yourself. How about that one? Cantori Moderni, the Alessandro Alessandroni. Yeah, Janice is a loser. Nelson knows better than anybody. Janice is a loser. We shouldn't listen to her. Besides, we know that she's going to die soon. So, don't worry about it. Save all that pent-up frustration for when we get to San Francisco. When she dies of lasagna overdose with tubes coming out of her nose and she winds up in a pile of her own stuccoed vomit everywhere, we're going to put a sign called the Viper Room right outside our Airbnb so that we know that we had a superstar die in front of the Viper Room. She's going to die in a pile of her own vomit. Her own lasagna vomit. We're going to force feed her lasagna through tubes like a duck with foie gras, like that. And it's going to be glorious. Everyone's going to have fun but her, and that's good. It's the way we want it. She's going to smoke cigarettes. You don't have to fucking worry. She's fine. She's absolutely fine. Janice, it's your time to go. Don't be so selfish. All right. Who needs a cheap movie soundtrack fix? Those of you who collect soundtracks have seen how stupid the prices have gotten. The prices of soundtracks are very fucking stupid. So much so that, I mean, I have a ton of soundtracks. On vinyl, I must have like 300 or 400 soundtracks. But the fact of the matter is that I stopped collecting them because they cost as much as they do. Like, fuck you. You know, it's like I don't need to spend $45 or $50 on a soundtrack I've never heard before. It's gotten stupid. It's got, you know, they're records for rich people now. So I don't do it anymore. That said, I still have a lot of it when they used to be far more reasonable. And I got a ton of Morricone. So this one is in the store. It's called I Pugni in Tasca. Okay, just look for Morricone. I Pugni in Tasca. And basically it means fists in your pockets or hands in your pockets. Okay, so it's like, you know, the idea of somebody kind of like controlling their anger, so they're putting their fists in their pocket. That's basically it. It's a lot of these soundtracks, I've never seen the movies because they're movies that came out only in Italy type of deal. But this particular ditty, this record here, $15.98 or $16.98, super cheap. And it's on a label. It's on an Italian label called Dago Red, and most of that stuff costs more. So they must be blowing these out or something. I'm not sure what the deal is, but if you like it, absolutely suggested. If you don't, well, then don't pick it up. But we're here to learn and discover, right? So here's some Morricone. And so I confirmed it. I'm putting up the link now. I don't know if they're going to allow it to go up, but I just confirmed it. This was a record that I actually put in my wish list because I wasn't sure I had it. I've got over 125 Morricone soundtracks. I'm really obsessed with him. So sometimes I don't remember what I have on CD and what I have on vinyl. And I put this in my list, and it turns out I already have it. So it didn't do anything for me. It was really quick for me to just go check and see how much it costs. And sure enough, the record's $15.98. It's under $16. if you like soundtracks, that's a deal. Like these Dago Red soundtracks generally sell for about $26 or $27. I know because I got a ton of them. Okay, so this one's almost half of that. And I'm not sure there's a whole lot I like more than pointing out the deals to you. I like you guys getting deals. I mean, of course, that necessarily means that you gotta want the music to begin with. You gotta like the music to begin with. So maybe Morricone isn't for you. I don't know. In any case, if you want weirder shit in your collection, that's a place I can help you. I'm going to play you some more soundtrack music. This is from an obscure Polish movie called Possession. It's a dude called Andrzej Korzynski. I've never seen the movie either, but the cover of the album certainly looks cool. It's a soundtrack on Finders Keepers, so Finders Keepers is a label that I trust immediately. And the soundtrack's really damn good. Impossible to find now. I'm pretty sure that it's sold out, but I'm glad I have it. These are some of the more spendy soundtracks. This is around the time that I stopped collecting because I started getting stupid. But Finders Keepers, all right? Andrzej Korzynski. Let's listen to some Polish horror movie music. Jesus, the cues are kind of tight there, eh? What the hell? Anyway, now you know who Andrzej Korzynski is. I'm not going to assume that you didn't know him to begin with, because soundtrack collectors like to go deep, so it wouldn't surprise me if you guys tell me you got 3 records, kind of thing. Finders Keepers released this stuff a bunch of years ago, like maybe 10 years ago or something, and I picked them up because it's what I do. More weird music. This type of stuff that's off the beaten path. That wasn't so weird. That was more from an obscure movie, if you wish, and an obscure composer. But the music was, kind of suitably creepy. Something you can imagine in an 80s slasher kind of thing. An 80s VHS horror movie. The next one, on the other hand, might be a little weird. I don't know if you guys know who Paul de Jong is, but there's a band that I like very much called The Books, who play such weird field recordings. It's just a pastiche of cut and paste field recordings. It's quite interesting. The guys make solo records either, and this one seemed like the perfect album for the time. Jesus on the Cross. And we know that that's very important right now. And in the back, I don't even know if you're able to see this properly, but there's teddy bears. There's all sorts of shit happening here. All sorts of other cartoons. Because this basically folds out into a big piece of wallpaper or something. And it's actually quite brilliant. So I'm going to play you some Paul de Jong, which is half of The Books. And hope you like it. The album's actually called You Fucking Sucker. So that fits too, right? Jesus on the Cross. He doesn't look like he's suffering. He's looking more like he's a superhero on it. Album called You Fucking Sucker. Yeah, I'll take it. So now you get to hear it. This might be in the shop. I'm not sure, but it's out on Temporary Residence. And it's a good one. Let's check it out. So what do you say? Another shot of Paul DeJong? He's good, isn't he? I love the way these guys copy and paste stuff. It's just a patchwork of weirdness. Yeah, I collect records like that. I like weird records like this. What do you want me to tell you? And it's with that in mind that I'm going to play something that some of you California weirdo collectors might know. I don't know if you've ever heard of 50-Foot Hose, but this is some of the first kind of like really weird electro rock stuff that came out. Usually, I believe it came out in the 60s. I'm pretty sure that this is 60s stuff, but you're going to get to hear it. I'm going to play you a couple of tracks off of this. Play you one called If Not This Time, and after that we're going to go to the back and play the last song called Cauldron. And I think a back-to-back of Paul DeJong fits as well. We got some sun coming up, some earth, and other weirdness. Things will get a little harder, so expect it. For now, I'm assuming that maybe most of you don't have any 50-foot hose, but yeah. Some music that's on this, some of the music instruments that are on this are the audio generators, the squeaky box, a siren, a ringing oscillator, a theremin. So weird shit. The thumb piano, which is kind of like a toy. Expect weirdness. Hope you like it, man.
And train that flew on my roof.
So what's the verdict? Do you enjoy this programming or not? I mean, I don't even know anymore. It's altogether normal for me to play stuff like this, so as alienating as it's always been, I've kind of used to being alone in a lot of the stuff that I like. I'm here seeing 14 fucking viewers listen to this weirdness and wondering, what the hell, you know? What are you guys doing here? You like this? I mean, you'll notice immediately, obviously, that there's less people than usual because, well, I mean, listen to what we're listening to, you know? People aren't into it. It's strange. 50-foot hose, man. Fans of some of the older Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention stuff, you know, the weirder stuff. Yeah. That's what we're going for here. And 50-foot hose, if anything, we're recording at the same time as the early Mothers of Invention, so it does fit. I'm going to play you one more song, the last song on the album. This is their first album. I own a couple of 50-foot hose records. And before that, as I cue it up, what I'm going to do is play another track off Paul de Jong of the Books. This is a hell of a record. I mean, I like it, again, for the weird stuff, you know. But Locked Grooves saying this is stuff that sounds like a lot of his collection. That's what I'm talking about. I don't feel so alone. Once I start playing Xenakis, though, you know, it's going to be fun introducing you to the contemporary classical stuff. Xenakis, man. You need some of that shit. Paul de Jong. Hope you enjoy it.
Men having sex with men, women having sex with women.
Well, it's only about sex. It's only about sex. It's only about sex.
Not a blowjob, you know. Not a blowjob. Not a blowjob, you
right now, all the time, you suckers. It sticks on my fingers, you suckers. Oh man, that's just too much. I don't believe it, you suckers. I want you to be close to them. Every day, you suckers. Shut up! Shut up! What's wrong with you? I'm not crazy. I know this. No! I had to say no! No! I saw Skinny Man get hit by what you're doing. Every day, right now, every day. Come over here. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. You've been defeated. No! Damn! No! Damn! I was fine. What do you want? It's stupid. I get up in the morning and I start writing. You develop a strong sense of happiness. People know it. And you know it. You know that you know it. You know this. You don't know anything else. You know this. You know this. You will always be in control.
This stuff kind of soothes me somehow. I don't know. It's like they got some kind of direct path to my brain. Like, I mean, it sounds weird and stuff, but somehow works for me. So now you know who Paul DeJong is. And one half of the books. I'm pretty sure I'll play the books for you at some point, especially if you guys keep wanting these weird music shows. Because I got a lot of this stuff, so I'll be happy to play it. This is the last song here on the 50 Foot Hoses' first record, side 2. It's about 5 minutes of, well, you'll hear it for yourself. I'm not sure if this is available in the store. Frankly, I don't know if you want it either, but look for 50 Foot Hose and see if it's there, because this was released, I think, last year or the year before by Modern Harmonic, who puts out a lot of weird stuff. So I got more coming from Modern Harmonic. Here's the last song on side 2. 5 minutes worth. It's a song called Cauldron. I hope this is your idea of ending the week off with a bang, mind you. One week just bleeds into the other right now anyway, right? So where the fuck do you have to go tomorrow? It's not a regular Monday. You're going to be here. We're going to be here together and we're going to do day 32. You know it. So may as well enjoy it and change it up. And peace and love. Peace and love.
Sorrows, burning and bubbling, boiling and burning, senses breathing, conscience seething, shoulders shrugging, seekers shoving, seeking something forgotten. Sordid, sultry, stare, simmer, shouting, shrieking, showering, shivers, softly, subtle, chill, shimmer. Synthetic sorrow, selfish sorrow, sagging, swaying, saint shrieking, sending simple, soul seeking, something seldom saving, seeking, someone, something sad seeming. Cauldron of sorrows, burning and bubbling, boiling and burning, intentions falter, burning altars burning, sacrificing, sympathizing, synthesizing, cauterizing, cauldron rising, structure melting, living with its own creation, hearing sounds of death, smelling, felling, rounds of lead, drilling, filling, martyr's head. sending, rending desire. Degradation, infiltration, sorrow's nation, tomorrow's elation, today's fascination. Today's sorrow, distant sorrow, synthetic sorrow, selfish sorrow, cauldron of sorrows, melting tomorrows by being
We're done, aren't we? All right, we're done. And so you heard 50-Foot Hose, Cauldron. Does remind of Frank Zappa and the Mothers, doesn't it? I'm going to play you another weird one. This is more along the soundtrack side of things. Stuff that I'm not sure you'll find anymore. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Necromantic, but is truly disturbing. There's a rather graphic suicide scene on the bed. In a bathtub, which is what you see on the front cover over here. One Way Static is known for their graphic inserts, like they do these gatefold records, and the weird shit happens inside, the kind of thing that you can't really show on Facebook because it'll get thrown off immediately. So what I'll do is I'll show you this one, and this is an actual scene from the movie. It's a woman completely fascinated by a rotting skeleton on a bed, and she's putting a condom on this skeleton's atrophied erect penis. Why do I listen to stuff like this, right? Because I do. Because I like it. Necromantic, movie from 1987. Those of you who like really fucked up movies, yeah, you might want to look this one up. I'm pretty sure that it'll fill that little part of your curiosity. That is a hell of a strange record. Really disturbing. The movie's really disturbing too. I'm pretty sure that you can find it on the net, like maybe on torrents or something if you're into that. But the Necromantic, if you like the fucked up stuff, Japanese movies, that kind of thing. Oh, oh, that was a half cough, half sneeze. Truly depressing stuff. Not something that I generally play for general consumption, because, well, you heard why. But you guys crowdfunded a weird music show, so fuck it, you asked for it. I can't believe there's 17 people here. What happens is a lot of people just come in, and then they hear the stuff I'm playing and they drop off. And I get it. The entire point of this is that it's off the beaten track, so let's keep doing off the beaten track. AJ Kolabash actually stepped up and picked up a copy of Ipuñi in Tasca, the Morricone record that I played earlier. With shipping and everything, the record came out to under $20. It's fucking awesome. I love seeing that kind of thing.
And I know that you're going to like the record, man. When it comes home, if you liked what you heard, it's Morricone, man. Morricone's a genius. So it's cool to hear. It gives me a tremendous amount of satisfaction to know that you guys are ordering all these weird records because you heard in here, you know? Like, we sell more weird records at VinylJunkies.store than we do Pearl Jam. I mean, I sold one Pearl Jam record, you know? Our store isn't the same. I mean, we have them. Obviously, we got all the popular records and everything like that, but you guys, you don't buy like regular people, man. You buy weird shit. You buy stuff that's off the beaten path. I love it. Oh my God. So fucking proud. And it's with that we're going to listen to one of the weirdo outsider artists that some of you know and some of you do not. This is a record I have been looking for years and never was able to find because it's expensive and it's rare as fuck. It's an artist named Wildman Fisher. This is a record that was put out by Frank Zappa. It's a double album, believe it or not, of weirdness. It's an album that was put out by Frank Zappa on his Bizarre label. The Bizarre label was put together very specifically to release music that nobody else would give a chance to. So you have this. There's another record that they put out called the GTOs, which is basically Frank Zappa's groupies. GTOs standing for Girls Together Only. One of the main members of GTOs was Alice Cooper's girlfriend at one point. If you know the album, what's that album? Hot Rats? The girl coming out of the coffin there, the girl coming out of the crypt. That's one of the GTOs. That girl was one of Alice Cooper's ex-girlfriends during the time she was his girlfriend. So when the cover of that Hot Rats record was photographed, that was Alice Cooper's girlfriend, and she committed suicide. So yeah, I'm full of fucking cheer, aren't I? Hey, you asked for it, so I can deliver this weird shit in spades. Now you know, if you don't want it next week, don't fucking crowdfund it. I'll take a break, and we don't have to listen to the weirdness. That said, it thrills me beyond belief to see that you guys really do, some of you, really like this shit. I dig it. All right. The reason I've never found this copy until this year is because, like I said, it's a record that's impossible to find. It's never been reissued. And if it gets reissued, it's going to be a minor miracle, because I know many people in the industry that have tried to work with the Zappa estate on this weirder stuff, and they're impossible to deal with. What am I drinking, Carlos Zapata? I'm drinking a bottle that you guys bought for me. Ever since I started these virus broadcasts, I've become a Chivas drinker because of Lee Hazelwood, and I ran out of the bottle. I ran out of my first bottle, and you guys decided that I need more to keep my little party going. I don't even drink much, man. I drink one shot. I drink a decent shot, like a 1.5, 2 ounce shot on ice. But goddamn, this shit disappears fast. We're already at halfway through a wow, this is more than a fucking liter of Chivas. So it's Chivas on ice. The record that you're about to hear is generally a record that sells for over $100. The reason I got mine for cheap is because it's got the water, the back of the record's a little bit water damaged. I got no issue with that whatsoever. The music is all there. It's a record I know I'm not going to find. It's a record that I know that if it comes out, it'll be a little bit of a minor miracle if it ever gets reissued. So I picked it up immediately. Wildman Fisher was a really strange dude. Like, obviously, this guy's got mental problems. He had mental problems. I don't even know if he's alive. But it's the kind of thing that Frank Zappa really liked to do. He just liked crazy. And he was a very, very big, supporter of that kind of thing. Wildman Fisher was a guy that was around during the whole psychedelic Haight-Ashbury San Francisco scene as well. He played a lot of the same weirdo concerts that Jefferson Airplane played and Grateful Dead. So there's one particular concert that I read about that the Jefferson Airplane was there, the Doors were there. It was one concert where what's his name, Morrison, got arrested for indecent exposure. And Wildman Fisher was one of the first artists before the big artists came on, and he started screaming at the top of his lungs. And at one point, his act consisted of him getting off the stage and just running all around the audience, just running in circles constantly until he tuckered himself out. Like I said, when I say weirdo, I mean fucking weirdo. And I'm very proud to be playing some for you. Those of you who know the album Lumpy Gravy by Frank Zappa will know Merry-Go-Round. Well, Merry-Go-Round, this is where it is that it comes from. That whole line, that whole joke on Lumpy Gravy started right here with Wildman Fisher. I am proud to play it for you, and for those, for some of you, it's just apologies in advance.
The name of the song, you ready up there? The name of the song is Merry-Go-Round. Come on, let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Me and you can go merry-go-round. It's very easy, just go up and down. Come on, let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Everybody's going merry-go-round. Let us go up and down. Come on, let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-topping around. Going merry-go-round. Come on, let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. I say let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. I say let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go.
No, dude, that's Wildman Fisher. This is a record that was released on a double album, actually, released on Frank Zappa's Bizarre label. I'm going to play you another one off of it, because maybe that song was too popular for you. That's the one big song. If Wildman Fisher had one big song, it's Merry-Go-Round. How about that? I'll play some more for you. And after that, we're going to get into another weirdo. Another, actually, West Coast weirdo. I don't know if you guys ever heard of her, but she kind of rules. Space Lady. Street musician. Big old weirdo. More outsider music. Do I have any David Peel, Tommy Alaska wants to ask. I don't have David Peel. However, that's the kind of thing that I would collect. David Peel is a little bit too novelty, though. Although I do like the novelty stuff, I like the weird, like the real weird stuff, because the people are just out of their fucking minds. That's the stuff that I like, you know. David Peel is kind of novelty, but I like it anyway. I would absolutely pick it up. So, before I put on some Space Lady, we're going to do a double shot of Wildman Fisher and Andrew. I haven't forgotten Sun. We still got another full hour. Trust me, I got you, man. We're going to hear Sun, we're going to hear Earth, we're going to hear The Bug. There's more weirdness coming. We should name this show something else. I don't know what to call this show. So, I mean, this is the second Sunday that I do it, but I'm absolutely open to renaming it into something else. Suggestions are there. If you guys can think of a better name for what we're doing here right now, have at it, man. Until then, I'm just going to play more Wildman Fisher. I might be the first person in the entire universe to play 2 Wildman Fisher songs on a radio show. Very excite, very proud.
Original songs for sale. So would you like to hear an original song for a dime? I swear to God it's original. What do you think of the song? You think it's worth it? It's worth it. You tell everybody in your neighborhood that my songs are worth a dime.
I tell everybody in my neighborhood, that go get your dimes and go find Wildman Fisher. Got my dollar for saying that?
You owe me money for that song. I gave you a free song. Say, would you like to hear an original song for a dime? You don't. How am I sounding? Pretty good. Merry-go-round? Do you like the song?
Not merry-go-round. Sing another one.
Which one?
I don't know. Whatever one you want.
Miami Beach. What a beach. Everybody's going surfing at Miami Beach. Malibu's cold.
You're insane!
Oh, you cut that up! I'm not insane!
Yeah, Larry.
A dime?
Do it, thanks, for sure.
You got a dime?
What, Larry?
Shh, be quiet.
How much stuff have I given you in my store? Sing me yours.
Fisher, what sign are you? It's gotta be,
I can be on laugh in September 22nd.
Fisher, what sign are you?
He's a Libra.
Scorpio.
No, you're a Libra.
Scorpio, you're a sex sign.
Oh, Fisher, you devil. Fisher, sing
Do
me
an
your
original,
song.
Fisher.
Okay, come on, Larry. Give me
Let's
5.
go. Let me ask you this question, this most important question. Is it over for you? Is it over for me?
Starting to sound good.
Do-do-do-do-do. Bum, bum.
Very good, Larry.
Check and see. Get your original songs here. Say, we don't hear an original song for a dime.
Oh, thank you.
I gotta find those songs. So you'd like to hear an original song for a dime?
I already know all your original songs.
So what?
What is
You
this
could
one?
always.
What are you doing?
I'm selling songs.
working.
I'm working just for one night. Just for one night. Yes, I do. I need some dimes. No, I don't mind. I'm working. I need my dimes. Oh, I jumped over. I start raising
Are you
my
recording
stuff in
now?
my throat.
You are.
Got a little bit of that drink too.
Sure. Wow.
You want to hear a song?
Yeah, I'd like to hear a song.
We're done.
I don't have a dime though. No, this is good enough for a song.
Perfect. What song are you?
Merry-go-round.
Come on, let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Boo, 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 merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Boo, 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 merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round. Boo, 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 me and you can go merry-go-round. It's very easy, just go up and down. Come on, let's merry-go, merry-go, merry-go-round.
You want to hear an original song for a dime?
I don't have no bread, man.
Do you want to hear a song for a dime? It's original.
You're gonna be on the show.
Yeah, we'll be on Laughing September 23rd.
Oh yeah?
It was really good.
Heavy.
Like Dick Martin goes up and introduces me, and he looks at me, you know, he just, you know, my hair. Something about my hair, and I gave him a dirty look, and then I sung Leaves Are Falling. Then I walk off stage and go like that, and then they have me do merry-go-round. And then some old lady drags me off stage, and then they have me go back whenever. Watch the show. It's good. I'm the greatest. I mean, shit, man. All those other guys, they need guitars. I mean, I don't need nothing. Huh? I don't need anything.
Thorn High Street. Thorn High Street.
You got it right there.
You get my album when it comes out?
You making an album too, man?
Yeah.
Hey, sing me another song, brother. Hey, do you have a penny? Hey, motherfucker.
Look.
Hold it. We want another song. Do you have any, a nickel or anything at all?
Miami
Anybody
Beach,
have a
man.
nickel?
No, what's that?
Carousel. Merry-go-round.
Come on, let's do the taster when my love was so graster. Give me that.
Give him a nickel or a penny. Anybody got a nickel or a penny? Still sing a song. Come on now. A nickel or a penny? Still sing a song. I want to hear him sing a song.
I gotta pay my rent. I can't, brother. Original songs.
Who wants to hear them? You're a bus driver. You're a bus driver. Look at this sock. Never took a second bus driver. I know you sell places. Anybody that wears red line coffee socks on
Is that your dog? Looks more like you.
That's not funny.
It does.
You gotta look in the mirror.
I love you, mother.
I love you too, Larry.
I'll go up panhandling right now.
Go start.
Spare change. Spare change. I got one. Join the Wild Man Fisher fan club. Spare change, please.
Are you rolling? Are you?
You see? I just turned it off. Was it over? No, there's a bit more. I'll play more.
Rolling? Are you rolling? My name is Larry. I used to be shy. I'm not shy anymore. You want to be friends? I'm not shy anymore. My name is Larry.
What's your name?
Larry. Larry. Yeah, my name is Larry. I'm not shy anymore. I'm not shy anymore. I used to be shy, but I'm not shy anymore. I used to say, oh, there's Larry walking down the street. He doesn't talk to anybody. But I've changed, Montez. I've changed. I'm going to be the new Larry. I'm not shy anymore.
All right. And it kind of just continues, you know? You can see that this guy's the real deal. I mean, he's all fucked up. And this is very much the kind of thing that Frank Zappa used to support like crazy. So what you're hearing is field recordings, him actually just recording Wildman Fisher in his natural habitat on the streets of San Francisco, panhandling his songs for nickels and dimes. He's like, I gotta pay my rent. Do you have a dime? And if you don't have a dime, he'd ask for a nickel. And for those of you who know the Frank Zappa record, One Size Fits All, right? Can't Afford No Shoes. I wonder if that song is about Wildman Fisher too, because the lyrics there, hey buddy mama, can't afford no shoes, maybe there's a bundle of rags that I can use. Hey there buddy mama, can you spare a dime? If you're really hurting, a nickel can be fine. So I'm just wondering if that song was inspired by Wildman Fisher. It's entirely possible. The whole merry-go-round thing on Lumpy Gravy is there. So in other words, Andrew Earl, who considers himself a huge Zappa fan, is missing an enormous part of Zappa history right here. Yeah. Zappa would spend money to produce these guys, and the stuff that you heard in the background, like and those of you who are really familiar with Zappa, all the stuff that you hear in the background, all the kind of weird percussion, that's definitely all Zappa. That's the kind of thing that you'll hear on an Edgar Varese record on a regular basis. Which reminds me, maybe I should play some Edgar Varese so that you get an idea of what it is that influenced Zappa very heavily, very fucking heavily. So now we say we put Wildman Fisher away for a little while. Why did Frank Zappa stop working with Wildman Fisher? Once again, because he was crazy. By the way, there is not just one Wildman Fisher record. You would think there would be only one. There is not only one Wildman Fisher record. There are two Wildman Fisher records. And if you look in the back, you see Wildman Fisher on stage with the Mothers of Invention. So, huge part of Zappa history right there. If you liked the weird percussive stuff that was behind Wildman Fisher just asking people, panhandling for nickels and dimes in the background, I'm going to go dig up some Edgar Varese right now. Until then, we're going to listen to the Space Lady. She's basically a street performer who's been performing, I think, since the 70s, since like a long while ago, maybe even during the psychedelic era. I forgot exactly what the history is, but she's a fixture, I believe, in San Francisco. And she wears this kind of hat with these wings on it and plays weird versions of, weird cover versions of songs that most of us know. So why don't I play some of this for you? She's been discovered. She's an outsider artist, and she sent me the record herself. She's a Vinyl Junkies fan. So she sent me the record and actually autographed it and sent it to Vinyl Junkies. What does it say? It's somewhere here. Where the fuck is the signature? Oh, there it is. The signature says, "For Jeremy and all the Vinyl Junkies. Heart and peace. Love and peace. The Space Lady." You can't really see it because it's down at the bottom. But this is a self-released record, and we helped her sell some because some people like this kind of thing. Tell me if you recognize this cover song by the Space Lady. I'm going to go dig up some Edgar Varese.
Catch a motor running, headed on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way. Yeah, gotta go make it out, take the world in a love embrace, fire all your guns at once and explode into space like a true nature child. We were born to be wild. We can fly so high, never wanna die. Heavy metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, I gotta go make it happen, catch the world in a love embrace, fire all your guns at once and explode into space like a true nature child. We were born to be wild. We can fly so high, never wanna die. Heavy metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, rock and roll can make it happen. Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature child, we were born to be wild. We can fly so high, never wanna die. Born to be wild. I like some good light. Heavy metal thunder, racing with the wind, and the feeling that I'm under. Yeah, rock and roll can make it happen. Catch the world in a love embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space. Like a true nature child, we were born to be wild. We can fly so high, never have to die. Born to be wild.
Pretty wild, right? Space Lady, man. She's an oddity. There's so much more stuff that's not available on vinyl. Man, I wish I could find Reynolds for you. Reynolds is a band out of, I forgot where, like Colombia or something like that. I forgot, like just, they're out of the fucking jungle somewhere. And the band is led by a guy who's got Down syndrome. And the other two members are just these really weird ayahuasca hippies that decided that this other guy with the Down syndrome is, I don't know, some kind of deity. So they follow him around and they play some of the weirdest fucking music ever. I used to have a bunch of CDs and I'm still looking for it on record. I've never seen it, but believe me, man, if you like the strange stuff, I got plenty for you. What we're going to do, Matthew Peterson, I'm not surprised that you like it. The Space Lady is from your neck of the woods somewhere, too. I don't exactly remember where, but look for her, man. Look for her on Facebook, The Space Lady. She's there. I'm pretty sure she's got a page. She's awesome. Her husband is her manager. She started touring. I don't know how she started touring because she's terrified of flying, but she made herself a little name after doing the street musician thing, the weirdo street musician thing for 30 years or something. People started inviting her to these strange festivals. She played a festival in Belgium. Well, kind of played it. She just basically played a hotel lobby. And she flew all the way to Belgium so that she can play this hotel lobby. The audio's chopped up. It's entirely possible. It goes on and off, man. I'm going to play you some Verez. This is music that is directly responsible for Frank Zappa's Stranger Stuff. So, if you like it, Mondo Z, is there a short track you could follow and play another here? Who would you like to hear another track from, Mondo? The answer... Okay, so it's a bit wonky. All right, I'm going to turn it off and then turn it back on and it's going to disappear. Usually I just kind of do this with wires jiggling around. This fucking stupid thing. I hate it. All right, Edgar Verez. And after that, answer my question, Mondo. What do you want? What other track do you want? You want another Space Lady track? I could do that. Here's some Verez. Ionization. maybe I shouldn't push it. We just got the warning sign. I'm not sure what we got the warning sign of for. I mean, I would assume that it's for the Varese, because I'm not even sure that Space Lady is protected by copyright. I mean, she's her own thing, you know? You sent the lady to space. You sent the message to Space Lady, Matthew. Hippie Matthew would do something like that. My guess is that she'll respond to you. She's cool. She really is. As a matter of fact, if anything, I wouldn't be surprised if she's got copies for sale of her record, Space Lady. It's worth it. It's fucking awesome, man. It's an awesome record. But what I'm going to do is play you another track because, unbelievably, you guys actually requested another Space Lady track, or at least Mondo did, so I can do that. Who likes the Electric Prunes? Do you like the Electric Prunes? Can I tell you who else likes the Electric Prunes? Space Lady. Told you she's been doing this a long time, right? So she did a lot of that older hippie stuff. I'm pretty sure she's been going since the 60s, man. Hippie Matthew, she's gonna answer you. Just trust me, she's gonna answer you. She's cracked. She's awesome. Yeah, Space Lady can be tracked down on Facebook. As if anything, make her feel special. Send her messages. Tell her that you just heard the music on Vinyl Junkies. It'll make her happy. You know, she's a little musician, so these artists always like it when people recognize what they do. And she truly is, I don't know, worthy of the compliments, in my opinion. I mean, the way I see it is, what, there's 18 of you here now? If you guys are here listening to this kind of music, then you're fans. I'm preaching to the converted. You know what I'm saying? Unless you just stumbled in here by mistake, then I'm sorry. We're not going to be listening to any yeah today. We'll save the yeah for tomorrow, though. Next week's going to be a good show. Next week we're going to have a bunch of good shows. Well, next week, starting tomorrow. Any day now, I am expecting some records. A bunch of you actually sent records. Thank you. I appreciate that. 2 of the records that are sent is the 2 Radiohead records that I'm missing in order to do a complete chronological first needle drop listen of Radiohead. I don't know Radiohead other than Creep, so this week, probably tomorrow, as a matter of fact, I'm going to be getting I'm going to be getting 2 Radiohead albums. As soon as I get them, expect some afternoon spins. We're going to go through the Radiohead catalog in order, in chronological order. The first 7 records. And you're going to hear me listen to them for the very first time. And I'll be 1,000% honest about what I hear, what I think, whether I like it, whether I don't. I'm kind of afraid I won't like it and disappoint Brooke, who actually sent the records. He's not here, though, that fucking clown. Somebody get Brooke in here. Cocksucker. Until then, what we're going to do is we're going to listen to something that Brooke would have liked. He would have liked the Space Lady. I guarantee that Brooke would have been a fan of the Space Lady, but he's not here. The fucking turd burglar. He's a turd burglar. Do you know that? Yeah, he's a Harry. A fuckface Harry. He's a Harry. This guy. He's probably getting drunk and fighting with his roommate. His roommate that he's been roommates with only 2 weeks. And he's already had a big fight. See? He seems like the shy and unassuming guy. But he's very clearly a nightmare. Curtis Postel. I stumbled in here about a week ago and I'll send you a vinyl copy of the Rush soundtrack. Brother, if you send it, I'll play it. One thing that I'm absolutely cool with, and I gotta say, I understand it. I get it. You guys want to send me records because you want me to play them for you? I absolutely get that. And yeah, send anything. I don't give a fuck what music it is. If you send it, I will play it. Don't ask me to play it all the time, though. So if you think that you're sending me a record and that means that you get to fucking control the show kind of thing, save your record. I don't want it. On the other hand, if you want it to be part of the kind of like rotation and I fit it in whenever, I will play absolutely anything. So Radiohead, for example, is something that I would never play, but Brooke sent a couple of copies. of the records I'm missing, OK Computer and Amnesiac. Now I'm going to play 7 Radiohead records. If you send me a copy of the Rush soundtrack done by Eric Clapton, I already said I'm not even a big Eric Clapton fan in terms of the solo stuff, although I like kind of like the mellower stuff, but I will play it. I mean, I'll absolutely play it, no doubt. I mean, you'll have to ask me for my address, so look up my name on Facebook and maybe we can arrange for all that. Janice talking about, what is it that Janice wanted? She wants me to play the Kills, and I don't have any Kills. Send me a Kills record, I'll play it. I mean, you don't have to send it. I'll be okay. But on the other hand, this show is yours, so I will play it. And if I have the record already, I'll play the damn thing. Just trying to keep us busy, man. We're having fun here. We're having a drink. It's so incredibly rewarding to play this weird music for you and see that you guys are actually into it. This is like a fucking dream come true for me. Curtis, you know what it is that I need from you? Is it too forward for me to ask you to become a VJ patron? The vast majority of people who listen to our show support the show by being VJ patrons. Tiers start at $2 a month. So it's like, it's not the dollar amount as much as just knowing that I got people who have my back. Just go to patreon.com/vinyljunkies. So patreon.com/vinyljunkies. I'm there, and if you feel like becoming a patron, you would be patron number 173 because we did lose a couple. Totally normal. And it would make a difference. $2, $5. Do whatever you can afford, brother. It's not the money, it's the gesture. And you're here. Now we've seen you a couple of times, so I'm kind of going to assume that you're a regular. I mean, if you're willing to send me the Rush soundtrack, so you're a regular. So what it is that I'm going to do is I'm going to ask with comfort, become a VJ patron, okay? Patreon.com/vinyljunkies. Any level. I don't give a fuck, dude. I just want to know you got my back. I think you do anyway. Here's your second song, Mondo. Another one from the Space Lady. All of you, hit up Space Lady on Facebook. Become her friend. Like her page and tell her that you heard her music on Vinyl Junkies. I want stories. Imagine we can get her on. You know that I could probably get Space Lady on. I'm pretty sure that if I want to... Should we try that? Should we do a little crowdfunding? Let's say maybe raise $50 or something like that. And, I don't know. Let's do a 50-50 split and give the other half to Space Lady so she can play us a couple of songs. I would do that. I would absolutely have her on. Why the fuck not, man? I'm pretty sure she'd be into it. So let me know if you'd like that. Would you like Space Lady to perform a live concert for us? Do you think we should crowdfund that kind of thing for, let's say, $50, $60 or something like that, so that we can give her at least something? That would be cool. And, I mean, I'll keep doing my show. You know what I'm saying? I know you got my back, Curtis. It shows. I mean, you can tell when people are into it. And I'm glad, man. I'm glad that we found each other. That's what this is all about. You're the best kind of growth that Vinyl Junkies is looking for. This is organic growth. You came in, you heard it, you're here. Now you're talking to us. And, you know what the vibe is. That's what we're looking for. All right. Space Lady doing some Electric Prunes. Enjoy.
Last night your shadow fell upon my lonely room. I touched your golden hair, tasted your perfume. Your eyes were filled with love the way they used to be.
I mean, you can probably hear all the, hiss in the background. This is not audiophile stuff, but it doesn't matter. I mean, this outsider stuff isn't meant to be audiophile. It's the fact that it exists at all that makes people like us, the weirdos, kind of want to go out and get it. So look, I mean, this is an idea that I just thought about right now. I mean, I play some stuff, and I don't know what you're going to catch on to, what you're going to latch onto, and what not. But everybody seems to like the Space Lady, and I know, like I said, she's readily available, and she's a street musician. She's an outsider artist, a weirdo. I'm pretty sure who's been doing it since the hippie days. So she is accessible on Facebook. So I mean, if you guys want and you think it's a good idea, I can arrange to have her here, and if she's up for it, maybe do a show with her. Have her set up her keyboard and play some tracks, maybe some requests, and we can pay her with super chats. We'll figure out some fair revenue split, and if she has any records or any t-shirts or any merch or anything, she can sell it directly to you. We can arrange all of that, and if I can get a musician like her, to maybe make $100 and do something special for you, I think that could be a really cool thing. I mean, that's an amazing way to use this platform and to show what kind of community this is. So let me know what you think of the idea, man, because I'm actually being serious here. I never thought that it would come to this, but if Hippie Matthew and Hippie Sarah are communicating with her on Facebook right now, asking about records and that kind of thing, ask her if she'd like to be on, perform for us, and we'll do super tips for her. Hopefully it'll be worth her while. I mean, she'll probably come because she likes it, but I mean, anything, even if she makes $10 or $20, it's still something. So let me know if that sounds like something that you would be into, because I very much like the idea of helping out these tiny ass artists. I love it, This is why I do what I do. I love exposing you to new music. I like playing stuff that's off the beaten path. I absolutely love the fact that you actually crowdfunded this fucking show. That's amazing to me. I mean, you sent another super chat here today. It's amazing to me that you guys are supporting this kind of programming. I love it. So, yeah, tell me yay or nay. Do we want to work on getting Space Lady do a live performance for us? If so, I'll go to the trouble to make it happen, because I think I want that to happen. All right. Here's some more Alessandroni. This is one of the weirder soundtracks in English. The soundtrack is called Killer Nun. There's a genre of terrible movies called nun-sploitation. So whenever it is that you see exploitation movies, it's usually low budget, really seedy stuff, heavy on the sex. So blaxploitation, nun-sploitation. They got those prison dramas also. All that stuff. This would be nun-sploitation. Lots of this stuff did come out of Italy, because Italy, bending the lines, it's very Catholic, obviously. So bending the lines and just crossing borders with the religious theme is something that we did see a lot in Italy. So why don't we listen to some Alessandroni, and I'll find something else to queue up. I think it might be time for Sun. Who is it that wanted to hear some Sun? We're going to hear Sun next, all right? Alessandroni for now. Killer Nun. Nunsploitation. Yes, it is a genre. Nunsploitation.
Favilla.
Pretty good, right? It's just it's a little bit of that weirdness, man. It's just taking religious themes and turning them on their ass. Joe O'Brien got his credit for Horseman. It was out of stock, now it's back in stock. It's fucking cheap too, man. Horseman is under $20, less than $20. That's crazy. I'm not gonna play it because it doesn't fit the theme. But if you guys want some really great dancehall, some new dancehall, look up Dawn of the Dread. You want this. It's under $20. It's a fucking great record. It disappeared pretty quickly, so I'd jump. But yeah, I just noticed that Joe picked a copy up. I don't know if he's listening or not, but cheers, Joe, if you did. I'm sorry that we sold out the first time. She's got no more records, eh? Doesn't matter, we can still do super tips. If she's got t-shirts or that kind of thing, we can still support. I mean, like I said, I'll do a revenue split with her without any question whatsoever. I want to support artists like that. Matthew, you know what? You're going to be my contact here. If you make it happen, then it happens. If you don't make it happen, then it doesn't happen. Fact is, I don't really have time to organize anything, but I think I've begun to realize that Hippie Matthew and Hippie Sarah are very into weird shit. So if they want it to happen enough, it's going to happen. Simple as that. So, if you guys want that to happen, start bugging Hippie Matthew, and we'll see if we can get Space Lady on. Mondo C says that Horseman is amazing and it gets better every listen. Yeah, I agree. Horseman gets better every fucking listen. It's a great fucking great record. If you like dancehall, it's hard, man. So I'm really glad that it's like we're finding we've begun finding our artists. You know, the artists that are us, that define what it is that we've been doing here. The biggest surprise up to now has been Space Lady. I am beyond overjoyed to see that you guys like this kind of weirdness. Space Lady has become one of our thing. That's awesome. And yes, I'm with you. There's a Facebook group where all of the VJ patrons are in the group so that it's easier to just send you links and that kind of thing. If you're not in it already, just ask, just friend me, friend Matthew, friend one of us on Facebook. Ask about the group and we'll add you to it, okay? And let's continue with some of the requests. I don't remember who requested Sun, but this is the time. I'll do you one better, and I'll play Sun's collaboration with Ulver. It's gonna get dark. It's pretty hot stuff. Should be said though that I doubt we'll find it in the store. But I got it and we'll play it. I'm having a hell of a time here. This is so much damn fun. Yeah, you guys want Space Lady? Listen, man, you request Space Lady, I'll play him. I told you, I'll play anything. When you guys can super tip me, when you can tip me for the songs, then you do it. And when you can, you can't. I mean, when you can't, you can't. But, you guys know I'm at your service. Couldn't say it any other way. I'm at your service. Everybody does what they can. That's enough for me. So, Joseph, you are served, buddy. I will play Space Lady if you ask for it. We can make it part of the rotation without any question. And if Hippie Matthew manages to communicate with her, we'll see what we can do about getting her to do a live request show for us. That'd be fun. Fuck, I'd like to hear that. All right. Whoever asked for Sun, here it is. Sun and Oliver. Hope you enjoy it. Not such a bad thing, right? Never a bad thing to give somebody their fix of sun. It fits too. I mean, it's not weird or nothing, but it is off the beaten path, I guess, a little bit. All right. I'm going to play you another weird one. This one's not available in the store because I checked, but just the story itself, I think, should make it worth it. This is the soundtrack to a very weird movie called Space Thing. Space Thing was basically conceived as a science fiction movie for adults. So it's kind of science fiction meets softcore porn from the late 60s. It was advertised as Buck Rogers for adults, a peek into the year 2069, because of course. Why don't I read you the liner notes, which should give you a very good idea of what the movie is about. I'm so disappointed that I don't have this because it comes with the movie. The actual, the movie is there too. It's horrible. But we cannot reject the premise. I have a feeling that you guys, once I describe all of this, even though I've just told you that the movie is terrible, you're going to want to watch it. Listen to this. Space Thing. Buck Rogers for adults. A peek into the year 2069. The year is 2069. You are aboard the Terranian spaceship USS Supreme Erection. En route to Planetaria. Colonel James Granilla is an alien in human disguise. He visits a flying saucer commanded by Captain Mother and her mostly female crew, because of course. To allay suspicion that he is not Terranian, he must constantly emulate their unusual customs, specifically making love. He performs well. The others never suspect that he is not of their world, especially the girls. Needless to say, they all want to get it on with the new guy. However, Captain Mother, a sadistic whip-wielding lesbian, frowns upon this and dishes out punishment to those who defy her no-men rule. When the flying saucer lands on an asteroid where they need neither oxygen nor clothes, Granilla, that's gotta be funny, Granilla and some of the more insatiable gals engage in some interplanetary passion, while Captain Mother is distracted by the sapphic space sexplorations of her own. Finding himself in the enviable position of a ship stud, but homesick for his alien wife, Granilla decides to end all the hanky-panky with a micro-atomic bomb. Kaboom, and the end. The music in Space Thing was performed by an actual orchestra and featured peppy jazz instruments with some pop music influences thrown in for good measure. The soundtrack is punctuated with silly electronic sound effects and moans of ecstasy. The tempo picks up the more hot and heavy things get on screen. There's great use of a Hammond organ in one titillating track. Yeah, I was going to play the Hammond organ song is called Hammond Orgasm, because of course. But the soundtrack is quite good. Sounds horrible in terms of quality, but I don't think that's why anybody buys records like this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play you the trailer. 4 hours and 4 minutes. You guys are going to have to deal with the fact that it'll sound bad, but I'm pretty sure that it'll entertain you, and it certainly does fit the weirdo vibe. You guys clearly have an appetite for weird music and weird just recordings in general. I could do that shit all day long. Every week I could do a show like this without any problem whatsoever. And Matthew Peterson says you'll need a movie review. I can watch the movie tonight. I watched it. I just don't remember. What it is that I could do also, and I'm actually not kidding. You know, look, I'm going to try something, okay? I'm really enjoying myself here with you, and we're about to finish our 3 hours. Generally speaking, what I do is I watch a movie after this. Okay? We tried the what's that app called? The Zoom app for the meetings. The shows go off after, the Zoom app basically goes off after 40 minutes. However, we can pay $20 a month to make sure that we can go on as far as we want. What that means is that I will be able to, if you want, screen some really fucked up movies that you're just not going to find. So, I'm putting it out there because I'm willing to do it, but I don't care. It's not like I'm going to make anything off of it anyway. But I am willing, if you guys are willing to pony up the $20 to get this happening, I will set up Zoom and queue up Space Thing, and we can watch it together. I think we can do that. Maybe I should, we know how technologically challenged I am, so maybe I should keep that one in my back pocket before I just say that I'm going to do it. Because I have a DVD. My computer doesn't play DVDs. Although I think my laptop maybe does. I don't remember. Anyway, all this is to say that we can do things. And the idea of watching a movie like Space Thing all together with this crowd, yeah. That's something I can see being a very excellent idea. Andrew Brown wants to know if I have any records from The Body. No, Andrew Brown, I don't know who The Body is. So if you wish to tell me more, please feel free. I am happy to have played Sun for you. I love him. It's not like I have only one record. I've been a fan of Sun since the very early days. So thanks for suggesting it, and thanks for your tip. I appreciate that. Now we're going to listen to Space Thing. The year is 2069. We're going to listen to the 4-minute trailer. It should give you an idea of what this is all about. It's all fucked up. Joseph says he's got 10. If somebody matches it, then we got $20, and I can work on putting together a Zoom so that we can watch Space Thing together. I'll do it. The only thing, caveat, I want to be fair about it, is if I fail, then I fail, but I know myself enough. It's 11 o'clock over here. I'm going to keep trying until I get it. There's a way to do it. There's no doubt about it. So if we can make it happen, absolutely. You guys raise the money to pay for the monthly fee of Zoom. I'll be happy to do movie nights, man. It's all for you guys. Like I said, all it does is cover the expenses, nothing more. So I'll let you guys have at it. You can decide. Me, one way or another, I'm going to play you the thing is, you guys should know, the movie's bad. Look, the movie's bad. I'm telling you, it is. But it's bad, but it's good. You know what I'm saying? Mystery Science 3000 kind of thing. It's one of those things. So, here's the trailer, the Space Thing. This may change your mind altogether, or if anything, it may reinforce the fact that you want to watch the movie. Let's find out.
Supper bell, it's time to eat.
You are now witnessing an adult preview of things to come. The year is 2069. You are aboard the Terranian spaceship Supreme Erection en route to Planetarium. So sit back, fasten your seatbelt, loosen all tight clothing, and behold life and love and lust and passion as our great-grandchildren will. It's the first adult color science fiction film. It's Buck Rogers for the mature. It's Space Thing. We are privileged to enter the craft's cockpit, where Captain Mother runs a tight ship. Although a woman, she performs as ably as any man in the space fleet and maintains order, commands respect, and, when needed, metes out discipline to her errant crew members with firm hand. She is rated by her superiors as highly versatile. Life is different in 2069. Even simple everyday activities such as eating seem strange. Food, that is. Of course, some things are still done best in the old-fashioned way. This is Granilla, an alien creature who has transformed himself into a Terranian. His mission, to prevent the SS Supreme Erection from reaching Planetaria. To allay suspicion that he is not Terranian, he must constantly emulate the acts of the Earthmen. He performs well. The others never suspect that he is not of this world, especially the girls.
I order you to make love to me.
This is Connie, the sassy one. She gives everyone a piece of sass. This is Portia, the brassy one. She gives everyone brass. This is Astrid, the classy one. She shows her class. The craft is forced into a landing on an uncharted body by the cunning Granilla. Will Granilla succeed in his diabolical scheme? Will the SS Supreme Erection reach Planetaria? Will it get back? Will the crew get paid? Will the crew get leave? Will Captain Mother switch or fight?
Maybe that'll teach you that men are off limits.
You will learn the answers only when you see Space Thing. Space Thing, you make my heart sing. Space Thing, filmed in a galaxy of colors.
So what did you think? Weirdness, right? I know. You know what? I am going to play you that Hammond orgasm thing. I mean, you have to hear it. With a title like that, you know, we got to play it. Just give me a sec. Let me cue it up. Let me find it, first of all. Hammond orgasm. All right. Here's a double shot of Space Thing. It's pretty funky. That's the thing about a lot of these soundtracks. It's just there's some great music. I mean, this stuff is played with a full orchestra, so you have to realize, right, back in the 60s, there was money spent on this. This was played by actual musicians, so even the B-movies had budget. All right, it's going to be a rough cue, but we're going to listen to a track called Hammond Orgasm. And now you know. You see? Hammond Orgasm. Alright, more outsider weirdness. This is Private Press outsider weirdness. It's an artist named Jerry Solomon. It's a double LP called Virginity for All. This dude's a weirdo from the 60s. Around the Los Angeles scene, who, for all intents and purposes, recorded his songs. He just released a bunch of Private Press 45s. It seems like for no other reason than to put out his own music. I could get behind that any day of the week. And this one we do have. The Jerry Solomon we do have. It's, all of his 45s are compiled into this 2 LP set. One of the stories about Jerry Solomon is supposedly at one point, like he was somebody who really hounded, he hustled like crazy, but he was a bit of a weirdo, right? So people kind of just thought he was a weirdo. And when you listen to the music, you'll kind of catch it too. But he would hustle his 45s and just try to get people to listen to them. And supposedly at one point, he just waited outside a studio, a recording studio, so that he can run into Phil Spector and hand him the 45. And basically tell him, just harangue him and tell him, listen to my music. This is a 45 that I just put out. And Phil Spector took it, and somehow Jerry Solomon found Phil Spector again, maybe a few weeks later, and asked him if he listened to the record. And Phil Spector's answer was succinct. Yeah, I listened to it. That's it. Didn't say what he thought of it. Didn't say anything. He just said, yeah, I listened to it. My guess is that Phil Spector thought that Jerry Solomon was terrible. That's not a bad thing, though. Outsider art, man. That's what it is. You know, the weird shit. I'm glad it exists. It's a testament to the human spirit. It's a testament to creativity. Bad art is good. Any act of creating art is a good thing. I don't care. Any act, any music. That's why I love it as much as I do. Just because artistic expression is the best part of humanity. And so I'm going to play you some Jerry Solomon as I bring this down, unless you guys raise the 20 bucks. Mondo Z says that it has a 60s West Coast vibe. That's exactly what it is. 60s West Coast vibe is 1000% the deal on that Space Thing record. But now we've moved on to Jerry Solomon. So let's listen to Virginity for All and tell me what you think. I'll play you a couple songs because the songs are really short. If it reminds you of Wildman Fisher, yeah, you got it. Check it.
Aka-ika, soko-loko-to, aka-puko-no-da-soke. Aka-ika, aka-ika, aka-ika. Ula-bata-wita-feta-sa-sa-sa-sa. Yaka-bata-ta-ta-ta. Yaka-tuko, ay-ta-ta-ta-ta. Ula-bata-sa-sa-sa-sa. Ya-ya-ya. Aka-ika, ta-ta-ta. Aka-sa-sa. Aka-sa-sa-dieta. Ra-ta-ta-ta. La-ta-miata. Aka-ika. Oka-ika. Oka-ika. Aka-ika. Oka-ika. Aka-ika. Aka-ika. Aka-sa-ya. Aya-poya. Aya-kihocho. Aka-ika. Oka-ika. Oka-ta-ta. Oto-shiro. Yaka-ika. Oka-ika. Oka-ika. Oka-ta-ta. Oka-ika. Oka-ika. Aka. Amida. Amida. Ika. Ika. Ika.
Just a little pause in the middle to help out with the copyright police. We're gonna play another one. Yeah, you're a weirdo, dude. We're all weirdos. I dig it, you know? I understand. You guys seem to be gearing up for a midnight movie. Fucking weirdos. Alright. More Jerry Sullivan, alright?
We'll be together in the moonlight. We'll relive the good days when I spent with you. We'll be together again. How I miss you so when you were gone. It's been so long, my little one. We'll be together in the moonlight. We'll be together again. Come on and dance with me, come on and sway with me. Come on and be with me so I can hug you. Oh, won't you come with me, my dear? Come on to the ball. You're so very lovely. You treat me so nice. We'll dance all night in your just alright. We'll be together in the moonlight. We'll be together again. Come on and dance with me, come on and sway with me. Come on and be with me so I can hug you. Oh, won't you come with me, my dear? Come on to the ball. I met the sweetest girl that I have ever known. But when I held her closely, I don't know what to say. Someday we'll meet again in some far-off land. We'll always be together for all eternity. I've never known another just like this girl. Whenever I would hold her, she sets my heart aflame. Someday we'll meet again in some far-off land. We'll always be together for all eternity. I'll hear in the clouds, hear in the wind. I'll feel her in my heart for all eternity. Wherever she may go, whatever she may do, I'll always remember the girl that I once knew. Someday we'll meet again in some far-off land. We'll always be together for all eternity. I'll hear in the clouds, hear in the wind. I'll feel her in my heart for all eternity. Wherever she may go, whatever she may do, I'll always remember the girl that I once knew. Someday we'll meet again in some far-off land. We'll always be together for all eternity.
You beginning to get the idea of how weird this guy is? Folks, this is fucking strange, but you guys, man, got bad taste. Alright. I mean, if you want to see Space Thing, I'll find some way to hook it up. One way or another, I'm going to get Space Thing to you. It might, I'm hoping we can make it a midnight show tonight. I think I should be able to. But I'm going to have to get off now in order to try to set all that up. What you guys noticed in the comments section is that I left my Facebook comments, okay, because that's where it is that you're going to find out about this. What I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to put everything through that app there, Zoom, and we're going to figure out how to do a big movie night. So I can push that stuff up and we can watch a movie. So let me let you go. I'll play one more. A soundtrack from the 80s remake of the movie The Blob, not the original one, but still quite good. And right after that, I'll get to working on Zoom. This was fucking fun. Told you, man. I'm always going to step up. So you got 3 hours plus extra, and I appreciate it. If it doesn't work, you're saying no strings attached. That's very cool of you, Joseph. Look, basically, I'm going to make it work, okay? It might not work tonight, is what I'm saying, because it doesn't give me a lot of time to do it. But that doesn't mean it can't happen other nights. And if you guys like weird movies, guys, I got some weird fucking movies, man. I got some weird-ass movies. So, I got no problem playing weird-ass movies for you. I'll make it worth your while, man. I always do. It's a point of pride for me to over-deliver all the time. You understand? I like working hard. I like over-delivering. So, I promise, Joseph. I promise, Kira. It's gonna happen. I'll get to work on it right away, right after I play this track off The Blob. And then those of you that are interested in joining our movie night, get your popcorn ready. Get your weed ready, roll something up. We're going to do something strange. We're going to start maybe a movie night after the evening shows. I mean, that's the way I usually end my night also. So I'm pretty good with doing it together. You know, could be fun. All right, The Blob. Let me get this ready for you. And so, we have gotten to the end of the movie. I'm still looking to find a way to do the space thing, but I'm gonna start working on it right away, man. So if you guys want to be part of this movie thing, I'm gonna watch it tonight, or I'm gonna do my very best to get it happening tonight. And if not, it's gonna happen. I mean, I'm gonna definitely get the software. Okay, so to Joseph and Kira, who want this to happen, you're not gonna be wasting your time. Okay. I'm gonna take exactly what you did. Cost $20 a month for the software. I'm gonna get us the software for a month. So that basically puts us in a situation where we can do movie night. And if I figure out how to do a lot of this stuff, you remember that movie Necromantic? You want to watch Necromantic? I'm telling you, it'll fuck you straight up. But I got movies like that. I like weird stuff. Thanks so much for doing this. The Bad Music Show, you're right, needs a new title. We'll figure that out. But this was most entertaining. I'm so incredibly thrilled that surrounded by so many weirdos. You have no fucking idea how lonely it was getting growing up. Everybody thought I was weird. And here I am, I'm among my people. This feels great. Let me work on trying to get Zoom up for you, alright? Again, thanks for everything. We're doing something special here. You guys are part of it. Love you so much. See you on the Facebook chat. If not, please try to connect with each other here, and we'll get it done. Tomorrow, I'll be back on. You know that, man. Tomorrow is what, day 31, day 32? It will be our bitch. See you soon.